welcome back to Praggers Gaming. I'm Gamer Praggers, and this is just a little message from me to round off the year. Around this time of year I always get a bit reflective and think about the year we're leaving behind and what the next one will hold, and what a year for the channel. So let's start with my content. Although the channel had videos being uploaded before this year began, I had a self-set challenge for completing the games with gold for an entire year, but I wasn't including any voiceover with those, and that fizzled out. So it wasn't until March that I actually started uploading properly with the Before We Leave series, and then Subnautica Below Zero as well, which started in April, and one episode posting a week was still going strong. I also took a few live streams that I had previously done for Wasteland 2 even, cut those up and started uploading them before I started doing pre-recorded episodes towards the end of May. I've also started my Memories from My Childhood series with Sonic 1 and Final Fantasy 7. In terms of numbers, we've had 19 users subscribe to the channel this year, and we hit 20 users in the middle of November, which I really wasn't expecting, so when it happened I was blown away. As for the reception to my videos, we get a pretty steady stream of viewers on my vids. By far the most popular vid is my missed speedrun achievement, which is nearly at 1,000 views now. The Subnautica and Before We Leave are pretty good performers with consistent numbers. Wasteland 2 is very spotty. A lot of videos don't get any views, and occasionally there'll be one or two that get the odd 1 or 2 views, which is why I changed it out for the Empire of Sin, which is getting a decent viewing, which is good to see. My Memories from My Childhood vids are getting good views as well, which means a lot to me, because they're really personal videos. And I remember when I went to post the first video, I was very nervous. One stat that I am really proud of is that in the last month, I think it's getting on for 6 weeks now, I've not had a single day go past without at least one person watching at least one of my videos, which is a milestone I'd never thought of, but it was pleasant to see nonetheless. So looking forward to 2023, I've got ideas for games to play after the current series is finished, because as I've already said, Before We Leave we're going to go up to episode 50. Subnautica, I'm hoping that we're somewhere near the, I'm hoping to at some point make some story progress. So when those finish up, I'm looking for similar games to try and replace those as and when that happens. We will get back to Wasteland 2 to finish up as well. I may not be getting the views on it, but for me, finding a series on YouTube and starting to watch it, especially a long play, and then finding that it's not a complete series, is a little disheartening. So while it might not end up back in the usual rotation, it will be completed. It will be a completed series on the channel. I've also got a list of games for the Memory series, a few other ideas for odd videos here and there. I do want to try and do a few more challenge videos series up on the channel, like the Mr. Prepper speedrun achievement, because there's a few achievements in Mr. Prepper that I missed, that I kind of want to wrap up into one run through. So there's that. But I think what I'll do with that one is post it as a complete series. On top of all of that, I also want to try and get back into the live streaming. I know there's been a few, because we played Ravenous Devils, but I want to kind of try and get more consistent at it. But a lot of that does depend on better support in Mix It Up, which is the program I use to help with the chat. But I know that they're working on it. Now, I don't really like doing New Year's resolutions. I prefer to set goals instead, mainly because when you set a resolution and then fail it, it hits a lot differently to having a goal that you miss, for example. So are there any goals for the channel? Of course. Firstly, is hitting that big 50 subscribers. For me, that's massive. That's double what we're sitting on at the moment. Secondly, I'm going to try to stick to 25-minute videos, but a lot of that will depend on the content that goes into the videos. Number 3, we're going to try, similar to the first one, try and do more concise videos, so planning out what we're doing in that particular episode, because you know how distracted I can get, and they are a bit rambly. Fourthly, as I mentioned before, trying to do at least one live stream a month, but that will depend on how up to date I am with the recordings. And fifthly, I will be aiming for a new memories video to be released each month, fingers crossed, on the last day of the month. I was going to do the first, but considering that this video will be on the first, I'm not ready for it. So yeah. So to wrap up, I just want to say a massive thank you for all of the support, the likes, the comments on the vids, from the very bottom of my heart. It means so much more than you'll ever know. So from me to you guys, I just want to say a belated Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and lastly to wish you a very happy and safe New Year. Peace.